Where am I? On my head. Marrit? Anybody? Base, this is Dr. Yasna. I need backup. Base, come in. I have I'm showing disturbing symptoms. Brain fog, severe pain in the frontal lobe. Confusion. At first glance, there are no serious injuries. And yeah, I'm quite concerned. I don't even know how I got here. Where here is. Backup needed, I repeat. Do you hear me? Oh, bollocks! Base? I heard you for a moment. My receiver's dead, but the transmitter may still be working. I have 2 solid hectobars in the tank. It's enough for several hours. Damn it, I've lost my beacon. Where is it? Just like I thought. Nothing. I'm on my own. The beacon can't be detected either. There aren't many supplies, which would suggest a quick recce. Or was it just the end of the mission? Let's see if the past me hasn't failed the present me. And let's hope she took notes. Are we on Regis III? Doesn't ring any bells. And my crew have no way to tell me. So I report that I have no recollection of this planet. The last thing I remember. Hang on. We've closed the research cycle. We were already in hibernation. Flying back. Is my blackout a side effect of metabolic depression? That would be bizarre. For some reason, our crew split into 2 groups. The first one set up camp. I wonder if I was with them. Or am I on my way there? Both groups landed in the same place. We took 2 landers to the surface. We don't usually do this. Maybe the first one broke. The first group explored the ocean with no biologist. That's weird. And the other one, just me, took a different route. Leading to... Right. I was heading straight to the camp. He must be somewhere near. I can't just wait here. I just need to get a sense of my surroundings. Landmarks. Well done, past me. You didn't disappoint after all. Oh, I sound like... I need to stop doing this. I'm looking for something that resembles a dog. A specific structure, which does not resemble any canine. I'm checking another object, which also doesn't match. Oh, focus. That rope. I think it's mine. I'll try to retrieve it later. It might come in handy. Bingo! I found the dog! We have the first one. I need one more. An object I called needle. Another mess. Right. It resembles the eye of a needle. I report that I have established my position. Time to hit the road. I think I see our ship. You're not leaving without me, are you? More dropped equipment. I must have hit the ground pretty hard. A metal detector. Dr. Gorski, you won't be pleased. More equipment to repair. The detector's dead. Actually, it's peculiar. Why would I have one with me? Deposit exploration isn't my thing. I'll have to ask Marrit about that. I'm in a canyon, which doesn't make it easy to navigate. I hope the data's trustworthy and you're close by. it's no one from the crew, so perhaps it's my beacon. Huh. There's water on this desert planet. Getting warmer. Got you. I found it. Look for me on your trackers. Okay, moving on. All right. No time to lose. I found a way out of the valley, leading more or less towards the camp. can't go this way. Time to go. On some planets, such storms last for several hundred days. I hope it's not one of them. Oh, the bottom's out of sight. Best not to overthink it. If this area is volcanically active, ash outbursts and extreme temperature changes may explain the extinction of local fauna and flora. But it's all just too idyllic. There's no dust in the air. The sky's clear, and the soil looks like laterite to me. Perhaps not highly fertile, but not entirely barren. No. No point in going back this way. Oh, bright sun, the night in for my already see the camp. Over 400 meters in a straight line. I see you. Can you hear me? I just need to get down from here. I can't get down this way, but I can secure the rope. Oh well. If it catches me, so be it. This suit will hold. Here the ground slopes a little more gently, which doesn't mean it's completely flat. On second thoughts, maybe not. The last thing I need now is an injury. Great. A route that won't break my neck. I hope. Okay. I'm at the bottom. Looks better from here. I'll be with you soon. Visibility could be better. Maybe I should wait. But if the storm gets worse, I'll be cut off from you. What happened? Where? I was heading to... Impossible. I'm much closer to my destination. I must have walked for some time. But... I don't remember it. Did I black out again? Send a hopper closer to the camp. Find a place to land. I need to get back to Dragonfly as soon as possible. Go to the infirmary and do a full set of tests on myself. go, bright sun. Time to let the night in. All my legs are heavy. The film is not inviting. Legs become too heavy. Hands become too weary. Down you go. Night is not that scary. I remember you. Regis III satellite.
Astrogator, sir. Crew?
Dr. Gorski, right on time. Any updates?
We have a set of data from the near-surface probe.
Great. How's the activity?
0, 0, and 2.
So, less than nothing. Atmosphere?
Nitrogen, 78%. Argon, 2%. Carbon dioxide, 0. Methane, 4%. The rest is oxygen.
Wait, that's 16%. With oxygen concentration as such, there should be life. At least some microbes, and yet we have detected no traces.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Let's finish with the probe readings first. Air radioactivity?
It's virtually 0.
In a word, a paradise. No radioactivity, no endospores, no bacteria, no mold, no viruses, nothing.
Just the oxygen. If there are no living organisms on the continent, there shouldn't be this much of it.
What if life develops on some other continents here?
No, I doubt it. Insulation outside the equatorial zone is weak. You don't see how thick the polar ice caps were, Doctor. I can guarantee a minimum of 5 miles of ice sheet, potentially 6.
That's true. There's more chance of something in the ocean. Some seaweed, algae. But why didn't life migrate to the land?
Could be because of hard radiation.
I don't think so. According to the probe readings, the ground activity is exceptionally low for this part of the galaxy.
I wonder if some special kind of drought-intolerant evolution occurred here. That would at least explain some of the abnormalities.
Anyway, we'll have to take a look under the water. First, it would be good to know what time frame we're working with. Marrit, do you have the geological analyses?
It's a bit too early for mature conclusions, but this planet looks old to me. Such a fossilized egg must be at least 6 billion years old. Besides, the sun has seen better days too. It's almost a red dwarf.
Any rare resources, forms, creatures?
We can't expect such detailed data, sir. Not from this distance.
Yes, we would have to explore the surface.
Astrogator, what exactly are we looking for?
The value of this planet. For now, it may seem like the pinnacle of nonsense. But I assure you that Regis III is not without worth.
With all due respect, Astrogator, I have the impression you're not telling us everything.
As always, Dr. Koval, your instincts are correct. Please forgive my reticence. My goal was to maintain unimpeded research neutrality. There is indeed a very important factor of interest in this planet. The Alliance.
The Alliance?
Correct.
What do they have to do with it?
Well, they've sent their most powerful unit here.
But to our best knowledge, Condor's traversing a distant quadrant.
Well, I'm not talking about the Condor.
So, the Invincible?
Good guess, Doctor. A steel behemoth with the power to produce billions of kilowatts in a split second, converting it into energy fields that no material body can penetrate, concentrating it into destructive rays as hot as stars that can reduce a mountain range to dust or evaporate an ocean, together with its crew of almost 100 men, professionals that are neither better nor worse than us.
Well, I dare to say we're better trained, Astrogator. They are, however, unquestionable masters of propaganda.
I know that some accomplishments they brag about are very much far-fetched, but the capabilities of the Invincible are not subject to doubt. And we as the scientific body should sever ourselves from the emotional and symbolic facade. In other words, we cannot ignore facts just because we don't like them, Mr. Koval.
All right, but where do we stand in all this? together with our, may I say, not quite as numerous staff.
Despite our modest forces, we still have a chance to gain a critical advantage over the Alliance, while avoiding confrontation.
Okay, and how would we do that?
Simple. We leave this planet before the Invincible arrives here.
Which is when, exactly?
Well, they're still far away.
Astrogator, please, how much time do we have to conduct safe research?
13 days.
There's no time to lose, then.
I appreciate your eagerness, Koval. Dr. Krauter, do we need full gear?
Definitely. Also, I caution you against taking off your helmets for a prolonged duration. This amount of methane is not neutral. Breathing the local atmosphere will lead to saturation drop, and you may start showing symptoms of mild brain damage, feel stupefied. But don't worry, not before an hour or even a couple of hours.
I see. Dr. Gorski, will you program Artie to collect samples?
Of course.
Marrit, Krauter, please prepare for the surface. Koval, you too. You're leaving early in the morning.
And what about me?
You're staying on board, Doctor.
But Astrogator!
This is not up for debate. I need you here. As you well know, there's not much work to do for a biologist on Regis III, if any.
Well, if I was ordered to stay, what the hell am I doing here? Oh, thank goodness. Not everyone's in the field. This is Dr. Yasna reporting. Do you copy? I'm entering the campgrounds. Is anyone out there? Andropod. Stop! Androbot, stop! Oh, what the... I'm reporting a robot malfunction. No response to voice commands. Cause unknown. Oh, maybe if I... RT? Default position. I don't know what's wrong with you, buddy, but you clearly don't want to cooperate. Dr. Krauter! Didn't you hear me earlier? Doctor? Is everything all right? Doctor, please, look at me. I report that I've located Dr. Krauter. He's in bad shape. I'm gonna examine him now. Excuse me.
Yasna, can you hear me?
Astrogator.
Finally. I've been listening to you for 2 hours now.
My receiver is dead.
No need to explain yourself, Doctor. I know everything. The transmitter was still working, so I heard your reports. Glad you didn't lose your head.
Wait, please. I need to reconnect. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Copy you, Doctor. Loud and clear, but to the point. As I understand it, there's only Dr. Krauter at the camp, and he's not well. What happened to him?
I was just about to examine him. Dr. Krauter, please don't be startled. I need to take your hand. Temperature normal. Pulse 2. O2 saturation is fine. There's nothing physically wrong with the doctor. His pupils respond properly. Look at my finger. No delay in reactions.
Yet no response to verbal communication.
None.
Conclusions, Doctor? Do you have any idea what's wrong with him?
Up until yesterday, he wasn't suffering from any mental disorders. And there are no visible injuries. So, I test his blood for toxins.
Could it be the methane from the atmosphere?
No. Methane poisoning causes different symptoms. I'm afraid it's something else.
I'll prepare the infirmary. But first things first, Lander. We need to get you all on board. Everyone, not just Dr. Krauter.
Okay, what should I do?
Please look for the mission log. It should include crucial data about the crew's activities. We have 3 more people to find, and you still need to designate a place for the landing.
Hello? Anyone else here? I found Dr. Krauter. It's not a mission log, but... it will do. Dr. Krauter kept records. Meticulous as always.
What's in there?
Dr. Gorski has moved away from the research sector to the west.
Ah, that's right. You followed those deposits of metal.
Metal? That's why we have detectors.
Correct.
Mine died, but Krauter had one as well, didn't he?
Like everyone in the crew, Doctor.
The most important thing is probably the landing coordinates. BA 2316.
Noting. 316. Excellent. I'm uploading the data. Starting calibration. Are you looking for the detector?
Yeah, just a sec. Got it.
Please make sure it works.
I don't understand why it wouldn't. It's a rather reliable piece of equipment.
Like everything around that's already broken.
Touché, sir. Okay, checked. I'm leaving the tent.
Now for the robot.
It's unresponsive.
Yes, I know. I'm currently trying to establish connection.
Can I help somehow?
You must look for the others, Doctor. I'll take care of this myself. Get the tin head back on its feet remotely. And secure Krauta. I have everything I need. Just...
Is something wrong with the connection, sir?
It's not working. I'm not sure why. There's a relay transmitter in the camp, so the signal should be strong enough.
A relay?
Yasna? What are you up to?
One sec. I'm looking for it.
What about the rest of the crew? You gonna make them wait?
If the androbot isn't working properly, I can't just leave Krauta like this. He might hurt himself.
Fine. Proceed as you deem fit.
I've got bad news. Our signal is far too weak to restart the androbot.
The relay malfunction?
Not exactly. It's completely fried. I don't think a sandstorm could cause such damage.
Well, that's irrelevant now, Doctor. There must be a spare somewhere in the camp. Please search for it.
I have the extra relay.
Excellent. The signal should be back as soon as it's turned on. Very good. I'm connected. What happened here?
Is it gonna work?
We'll see. I rebooted the systems. That should help. Good, good. Receiving instructions.
I don't know if the androbot should already be doing something.
Is it still frozen?
Yes, unfortunately.
The positronic brain has correct readings. Receptors.
It worked. He moved.
Finally. Artie should be walking now. Does he? His positional data hasn't changed.
Well, you can see that he really wants to go, but still can't. Please check his legs.
Could be the servo motor. Ah, that's it. Got you, you tin bastard. Thank you, Doctor. I won't hold you any longer. Go find the others while I finish here. That's an order.
Yes, sir. Yasna, focus. What now? I should move. Oh, there's no time.
Finally, it works. Krauta, 5 meters. Careful.
I found the area marked by Dr. Krauta. There's no one around.
What do you think? Can we land the hopper safely here?
I think so. Solid ground, a large flat area. We won't find a better place.
Entry point? Will it be 50 meters? Air accessibility is paramount.
Yes, it's relatively clean. You can send Hopper, sir. Damn! I seem to have gone too far. I can see the field markings that Dr. Gorski left behind, and haven't found anyone yet.
They all may have left the area as well. But before you move on, make sure to check the whole perimeter.
As long as I'm here, let's see if I can spot someone in the distance.
Right. Anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no. I'm going back. I'm still hit. I recognize the rocks drawn by Krauta. They shouldn't pose a problem when landing.
The doctor marked a waypoint. I don't recall...
It's just a sketch. No markings.
Well, if so, we should do it. What would you call them?
Twins fits nicely.
Affirmative. I'll write that down. Status?
Nothing's changed, Astrogator.
Understood. Status? What's new?
Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5 seconds, sir.
Right. Thank you. Yes, no? Everything's all right?
Yes, yes. I just need a moment to think.
As soon as you find something...
I'll report it. No worries, sir. This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're gonna take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.
My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it.
I'm entering the research area. Clear for now.
Tracker?
Silent. By the way, what did they find here?
Oh, right. You don't remember. A piece of metal sticking out of the ground. Sounds inconspicuous, but in this desert environment, it's a phenomenon. The artifact turned out to be too big to dig up, or to subject to chemical and spectrometric analysis. Dr. Gorski set out to investigate.
Got someone. I'm following the signal. Huh. There's something on the ground. It's a journal. Geological cross-section. Measurements. These are Marit's notes. She must be somewhere close.
Please search the entire area thoroughly.
The signal's coming from a cast of backpack.
That's concerning.
I'm close, but I can't see her. She's here. I found her.
What's her condition?
Marriott, wake up. Wake up. Do you hear me?
Dr. Marrit?
No. No
Face
vital
here.
functions.
What's
I
going
need
on?
to. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Nothing. 1, 2. Don't do this to me, Marriott. Don't. Please. Breathe. Lift up. Marriott. Thank you. Marriott. Astrogator. She's...
I know. Doctor. Yes, sir. We have to find the others.
Please give me a minute.
Of course.
Everything will be fine. All fine. Kovale's next.
Yes, I think so. You should be close.
Do you think Kovil?
Let's not assume the worst. You'll find him, Doctor, alive. I'm sure about that.
Someone's here. Oh no.
Yasna, status.
Kovil? Don't do this to me. Not you. You're alive! Did you hear that, sir? Kovil's alive.
I didn't doubt it for a second, Doctor. What's his current state?
Checking. Parameters normal, yet he's completely unresponsive. Kovil? Kovil! His eyes are so empty. Just like Krauta's. Kovil! What the hell is wrong with you?
Are all the symptoms the same as Dr. Krauta's?
He's calm. Calmer.
Well, at least he's alive. Now listen to me, Yasna. The lander is on its way, but before you get Dr. Kovil on board, I want you to do something. Yasna,
I'm listening.
please look around for his journal.
It's everywhere. In pieces.
Not good. Kovil was in radio contact with Dr. Gorski.
Taking notes.
That's exactly why it's so important. These notes may help us find our man.
I'll go over them, but it may take a while. Huh.
Have you found it?
No, it's, nothing about Dr. Gorski. Found them. Surprisingly accurate. He wrote down Gorski's every step.
Great. Let's get Kovil to the evacuation area. Can you carry him, Doctor?
Won't be pretty hard in 1G. But the gravity here should make things a tad easier. Got him.
The Androbot with Krauta is also on its way to the site. You'll meet shortly.
The lander's already descending. Damn. I have a bad feeling. It won't break into pieces, right?
The descent is proceeding smoothly. Don't worry. Led to all this. Krauta, our dear Marит, now Kovil, an unprecedented degradation of equipment, recurring connectivity issues. It all has to be related somehow. On the other hand, how could it be? There's not much on this planet. Primitive life forms in the ocean, metal deposits in the ground. Although the latter got Dr. Gorski's interest for some reason.
It's crazy how everything's falling apart here. I don't know. Maybe we're dealing with some kind of anomaly. An atmospheric or magnetic phenomenon.
Wouldn't something like that show on the charts? All those measurements Gorski took.
I remember. Maybe he made a mistake. See you up there. Only Gorski's left. We might have made it quite far.
Agreed. Everything points to it.
I don't know how long I'll be looking for him. It might take hours before I come back.
We also don't know Gorski's condition, nor what he's going through.
All right. Dr. Gorski's next, but I'll be back for Marит as soon as possible. I don't want to leave her like this.
You won't. I'll send the Androbot. Once Dr. Krauter is safe, she will fly with everybody. Back home.
I'm leaving the excavation site. How did he come down? got Gorski's signal.
So soon? It's unlikely to be him.
Then who?
Not who, but what. Well, it's weird. Dr. Gorski hardly ever parted with it.
With what? Ah, I located the probe. It's lying on the ground. Inactive.
Can't be completely broken if you picked up a signal. I'd say it's running in safe mode. Please try to power it on.
Do we have time for this?
It's for a good reason, Doctor. The probe could prove useful in the search. And besides... you'll see.
Okay. I'm opening the probe. Turning the systems on.
No, stop. Wait for my instructions. There's a button on the left side of the fuse box. Hold it, and then turn the dial again. Now go ahead.
Slide records?
Correct.
I didn't know we had access to them.
You couldn't have known. This is not standard procedure. But as they say, extremis malis, extrema remedia.
Let's take a look. A photo of the first days on the surface. They started exploring the littoral zone almost immediately.
They reported as much. Wasn't until the fourth day that comms failed.
I recognize these structures. This is where they began to dig. Hours passed. 3 crew members are still there. Dr. Gorski must have left already.
We lost contact shortly thereafter.
The probe followed him, and he followed the detector's readings.
Going after those metal structures.
Yes, that's what I meant.
What's next?
Last slide. There's mostly noise.
Nothing in particular stands out to you, Doctor. They were digging and suddenly, poof, people are dead?
No need to shout, Astrogator. I'm just letting you know what I see. That's all. Hang on. An absurdly high electromagnetic field reading.
That's something. Sort of. What are the earlier readings?
Checking. Still high in the slide just before. And earlier, quite normal. It happened in a matter of seconds. But there's nothing except dunes. Sand, a few rocks, a shadow.
Shadow?
Another sandstorm, I guess.
All right, Doctor. Let's move on. You may turn on the fuses now. We'll take the probe with us. Good. I've got it on my radar. Now I can give commands to the probe. And? What do you see? it working correctly?
If you run it on manual steering, sir, then it works just fine.
That's exactly what I'm doing. You have a keen eye. I'll put it in auto mode. From now on, it will follow you, Doctor.
Oh, it'd be nice to have some company. I mean, apart from yours, sir.
1 second. That's odd. There's no data in the probe's memory. No ID, no nothing. Do you want to give it a new ID? Name it, basically. After all, it'll be with you for a while. So, what's it going to be?
Huh. A name for the teleprobe. All right. I can think of something.
Copy that. I'm listening.
Please enter Luna. L-U-N-A.
Done. Now, a few more tweaks, and you'll have a flying measurement center at your disposal.
I don't see these metal structures anywhere. The detector's measurement is very clear. I'm going straight on.
No crossroads? Branches?
Not yet. Just one thick, tangled vein. Hey, Luna. One step at a time, Yasna. One step at a time. Whoa, hey! Easy there. What's the rush? That was for the probe. Excuse me?
3, 2, 1.
The land is departing.
Yes, they're on their way. Thank you for your assistance. Without your help, it would have taken much longer.
What's the plan for the second flight? The same place?
That would work best. Certain, proven. When you and Dr. Gorski come back, I'll send the lander right away.
Hello, little one. I've reached the top. The doctor discovered something new from here. Something he called bushes.
Huh. I've heard that term before.
In their conversations between Koval and Gorski.
No, Jasna. You're the one who reported it to me. Right after you landed.
Seriously? Well, I don't see anything like it now, sir. Wait. Koval noted down the parameters. Azimuth 350. Distance 200 meters.
Copy that. I'm sending the probe.
Got it. I see the bushes.
And the doctor?
Hard to tell. Visibility is poor. It's gonna be harder than before. I don't know how the doctor...
When it comes to finding a safe route, there won't be a problem. But you'll have to get there on your own 2 feet.
I suppose the probe will carry out the first task. It's capable yet?
Of course. I set the environment analysis mode. The probe will calculate the best route between your location and your destination. It'll guide you along the defined path. The calculations will only take a moment.
Hi, Luna. Lead the way. I must say, it's a clever device, this probe of ours. Hey, can it fly for this long?
Longer than you can stand on your feet.
Sounds like the perfect research unit. Maybe even better than a human.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
I don't know. For me, it's only a matter of time before machines surpass their creators. The only question is when. Oh, we have a problem.
Something serious?
Huh. Maybe it's true that machines will surpass us, but not today. The route determined by the algorithm goes over a chasm.
I can repeat the command.
No. Go around.
Unfortunately, this is an outdated model. Such mistakes are inevitable. But the perception module itself has already been greatly improved. Its accuracy increases exponentially.
Exponentially? Can you imagine us, proteinaceous creatures, developing so quickly, sir?
No, not in the course of evolution. You can't perfect a person like that.
That's right, you can't. We wait thousands of years for visible changes.
Oh, have you started to fear for your position?
Well, everything indicates that the clear distinction between humans and robots will soon disappear.
And then what?
We won't be limited by our own abilities. Robots will excel in areas where we either cannot or do not want to surpass them. To put it bluntly, they will do the dirty work for us.
And we'll just sit in the warm privacy of a laboratory? Send them to the other side of the universe?
Yeah, that's one example.
Well, I don't know.
Shh, Astrogator. Can you hear that?
What am I supposed to be hearing?
That's the point. Nothing. Silence. We're talking about robots, and Dr. Gorski still hasn't spoken on the channel.
Well, I don't know. He must be a long way from here.
Dr. Gorski, are you here somewhere? These bushes are kind of weird.
You better stay away, Doctor. I'd like a brief description. Just keep a distance.
Allow me to use the language I would use to describe living forms, sir.
Of course.
So they look like pituitary, brush-like formations. They're high, more or less, from 1 to several meters. They grow out of cracks in the bare rock. They can be singular, though in some locations they create a uniform thicket that covers the walls of the ravine in a rusty brush-like layer. That's how it looks, to put it briefly.
Would you also venture to guess their significance? Some function, purpose?
Staying on the topic of biological analogies, these bushes remind me of corals, in a purely visual category. Because they're far from marine organisms. So I would guess that these are colonial structures, perhaps rock-forming ones. However, their main structure has nothing to do with corals. No noticeable mesenchymal tissues, no nidocyst, matocyst, or spirocyst. No visible oral discs.
All right, Doctor. I didn't ask for a marine biology lecture.
Astrogator, Gorski's not here. I'm afraid he continued to explore. And if he went where I think he did, he might have lost contact with the camp as well as Dragonfly.
So we will most likely lose contact too.
Possibly. Well, there's only one way to be certain. It's your decision, sir.
Please continue your search. We have to find him.
That's the unwritten rule, isn't it? Under no circumstances do we leave anyone behind. The line's breaking up, but I understood. I'll let you know, sir, when I come out of the tunnel.
Altitude 24,000. Speed 250. Going smoothly, Hopper? Already at 12,000. Throttle down. 30 seconds till touchdown. Everything's looking good. Over?
Roger that.
Altitude 5,000. Ignition 10%. I record data dropout, but otherwise still looking good. Entering final descent. 47 miles.
Copy. Entering final. Hopper has landed. I repeat, Hopper has landed. Astrogator, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Any side effects? Landing wasn't too hard on you?
All good. Spine still in one piece. No signs of overstrain. Not even shortness of breath.
Perfect. Hopefully the hike to camp goes just as smoothly.
I'm going outside.
Visibility?
100%. The dust has already settled. I've located the second lander. Our people are still on this planet.
Ah, very good. I was afraid they might try to fly off, which wouldn't be the best idea given the loss of communication with Dragonfly.
Sir, something's wrong.
What is it?
The hatch is half open. Did they report hydraulics failure?
How should I know? You were the last person in contact with the crew doctor.
Right.
What about that lander, Yasna? You think our people tried to fly away on it?
I seriously doubt it. Looks like a bad malfunction to me.
But I'm taking Hopper out of here. You can't afford to lose this lander, too.
We've gotten out of worse than this. Equipment breaks from time to time, that's normal. But now,
Go ahead. What's bothering you?
this lack of communication. It takes too long. Especially considering there's a cyberneticist amongst them.
Yes, it worries me, too.
Whoa. Damn. You were right, Koval. It's beautiful here. They stopped for a break.
How do you know? Are there any signs of the crew?
I found a cigarette butt and a pack. Someone was smoking here.
So, they didn't give a damn about the regulations.
disrupting the ecosystem.
That's not the point. I understand you want to minimize the effects of our interference here, Doctor, but the mission's safety is at stake. I don't think I have to explain to you the dangers of igniting a dusty atmosphere. Preserving the integrity of Regis III's already extinct ecosystem is not a priority in this scenario. Negligible, actually.
Security procedures exist for humans. The rule of integrity is for the sake of everything alien to us. We shouldn't place one above the other.
You say yes. The mission and the safety of our people have the highest priority. Always.
Always? Are we really that self-righteous?
Of course, Doctor. We must be the most important to ourselves. And they must be the most important to themselves. Whoever they will be. In the end, the strongest will survive. Isn't that how evolution works?
Not in a biological sense, Astrogator. Besides, I'm not convinced if we should interfere with everything alien to us just because we can.
Doctor, interference is at the heart of human nature. Man would still be a monkey if he'd only looked at trees instead of cutting them down.
Yes, we have a nasty nature. I can't argue with that. I have an object in sight. This is where they searched the ocean's biocenosis.
Meaning... oh, where they caught that fish, right?
Yeah. They stopped here first, then walked along the coastline northward.
Correct. But I think you might consider taking a shortcut towards the east, straight to the camp.
Copy that. Heading east. Please confirm that I'm on the correct route.
Yes, I confirm. This rate will reach the camp within an hour.
Convenient passage.
Excellent. Please speed ahead. You still have a long way to go.
Well then, you should save your breath, Astrogator. This? Astrogator, I found a peculiar inorganic structure. It looks like some spiky metal growths.
Artificial plants? Is spontaneous growth possible with this type of structure?
I've never seen anything like this. I wish I had time to run some tests.
When the situation is stabilized, we will take samples. I promise.
I feel nauseous. Suddenly.
Please don't push us. Been on the surface for just under half an hour.
That's not it. I feel darkness. Hang on. Are you there? Over. I guess that's a no.
I'm back.
Is everything all right?
Yes, all good. They're already in the infirmary on life support. You found them in time.
How about their reactions? Have they regained consciousness? I mean, maybe one of them said something.
Unfortunately, they're still unresponsive. I'll let you know if anything changes. I'm doing an EEG on them right now.
I confirm, Gorski was here. His rope is still hanging from the slope.
That's a good sign. Since he left it, he intends to come back this way.
But why hasn't he yet? Guess I know where Gorski was going. Going down after him. Tell me one more thing. What did you do with Koval?
I put him in the infirmary, on a drip.
Is he still calmer than Dr. Krauter?
Yes. I had to give Krauter a sedative. Koval fell asleep on his own after he got into bed. Jasna, report.
One sec. Oh, I'm at the end of the rope.
Isn't that good?
Not at all.
What do you mean?
I'm stuck. I'm hanging with all my weight on the rope, away from the wall. There's still a fair few meters left to the ground.
Can you go back?
Using just my hands, strapped with all this extra weight? No, not a chance.
What if you sway?
No good. I can't reach anything.
Any other ideas?
I can just jump off.
Is that safe?
A substantial fall on unsteady ground. This is hardly a maneuver that I would describe as safe.
So let's take a moment to analyze the situation.
I'm thinking, if Gorski went down this way and didn't break anything...
Yeah, we don't know that, Jasna. He could keep going even with injuries.
All right, so do you have another idea? Oh, will I be hanging like this until the end of time itself?
There is a certain possibility, or rather uncertain, but maybe it's worth trying.
I'm listening.
Can you see the probe?
Yes. It's flying near me.
Good. If I instructed it to fly as close as possible to you, you could grab onto it.
You sure it will hold me?
That I cannot guarantee.
All right. Let's give it a try.
I'm entering the instruction. You must guide me.
Two meters forward. Stop, that's enough.
You have a really good eye. Exactly 2 meters. Is the maneuver complete?
You could say so. I fell from a lower height. It was a soft landing, though.
We had our last contact with Regis a few minutes after noon. Even then, Dr. Gorski was walking alone. Communications blew up shortly before he got here.
This place is amazing. It's all made up of these structures. Except they don't look like creations of nature anymore.
Maybe that's why Dr. Gorski, not to mention the Alliance.
Well, if we're looking for something on this planet, this could be it. These structures form entire multi-story complexes. They look like a city.
Are you saying that...
No. There's no point in jumping to conclusions yet. Dr. Gorski set up the flags.
So, he kept going, despite the lack of communication with the rest.
You'd have to see it with your own eyes, sir. This place. Gorski may have lost himself in his discovery.
Are you joking, Doctor? Lost himself? Gorski? He may not have respect for the unknown, but he has his feet firmly on the ground. Should be looking for a way back by now.
I think he must have discovered something. And since he suffers from excessive ambition, he's capable of stupid acts in the name of a breakthrough.
Well, I admit, that sounds more like him. You must trace his steps, Doctor.
I'm working on it. Left or right? The height of the entire complex is over 100 meters, even 150.
And all made of this metal?
To a significant degree. If something were to live here,
Yes?
it would have to be very small, like insects. On the other hand, there's no flora around to support such organisms. Are you receiving a signal?
What signal?
From Dr. Gorski.
No, none. Why are you asking?
He tried to open up a connection, set up a transmitter.
There's nothing on the comms, but I'll check the record history. Please give me a moment. Have you chosen where to go?
I'm still wondering.
There's no time to hesitate, Doctor. We need to take decisive action.
I can't even see the bottom.
The structures go that deep.
Yes. I dread to think. What if Dr. Gorski fell down there?
I took that into account when calibrating the probe. It will examine the bottom. I'll let you know if I find him.
All right. I'll squeeze through the passage.
2 more hours.
Huh?
That's all Gorski has left of oxygen, at best.
And at worst?
He's just finishing it up. Though it all depends on his activity.
If I remember correctly, the atmosphere here is breathable.
Basically, yes. Dr. Krauter, however, warned that the methane content...
I know. But the effects won't be immediate. That gives us a few extra hours. These constructions don't have a clear division into functions. They're huge, complicated, and uniform at the same time.
Do you have any idea where all this could have come from? I'm aware without tests you can't do much. But let's say on first inspection.
If metamorphism and other natural factors are to be excluded, there is only one conclusion. Someone or something must have put them here.
But who? The Alliance? Because you don't need to say...
Oh, I do. I suspect the surface of Regis III was once inhabited. We've gone over everything in that area. Ah, I see the probe. Has it found anything?
It's not making any measurements at the moment.
Oh, why?
The overload protection is activated. Until I do a reset, it's on manual control.
Is it because of my flight?
It's possible, but please don't worry about it. What matters is that you're fine.
All right, sir. I see you have it under control. Good luck.
Yes, thank you. How's the terrain? Those structures, are they still everywhere?
Yep. Wherever I look, there's metal. It's a bit like Pando.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about, Doctor.
A colony of populous tremoloids. American aspen. The new trees grow not from seeds, but from root suckers of old trees. As a result, it's one giant organism, thousands of years old.
So you're in a dead metal forest?
Huh, that does sound bizarre. Though maybe.
Doctor, something has been recorded after all. But there are plenty of errors in the transmission header. It's hard to say whether this is a message from Gorski. I'm just going to play it.
Gorski to base. I repeat, this is Gorski. Base, come in.
No doubt, it's him. Now let's keep listening. But as soon as you report anything, Doctor, I'll stop the recording.
Bugger. No confirmation again. I report. I've made an amazing discovery. Geometric structures that... a thicket of bushy, pointed rods and slats. Mostly iron, but not only. Molybdenum, carbon, tungsten. Altogether similar to a giant integrated circuit. A million swarm of tangled cables. Not a trace of electric current, polarity, not even residual magnetism. Maybe once upon a time, centuries ago, petawatts or exawatts of power flowed this way. To compare with something, it's probably a machine. Some kind of information collective structure. Maybe it was some kind of electronic brain. It makes me think of the Lyrans, a race of extinct sentient beings. Supposedly, they knew about light astrogation before we invented the wheel. They had to save themselves from the explosion of Nova. They sent ships. The remains of those ships have been found, ashed to a chip, glued together. I've seen hypothetical schematics. The structures here remind me of those. Okay, moving on. Readings.
Well, that's it. What follows is just a humming noise. Any thoughts, Doctor?
So far, it all leads to one conclusion. This is not a place for a man, nor for any humanoids.
Then who is it for?
Maybe it's really an alien technology. Those Lyrans.
As far as I know, all information about the Lyran civilization is just guesswork. Many consider Lyrans to be just a myth, so I wouldn't take it too seriously.
Well, I think there might be something to it.
By the way, you were right, Doctor. Gorski did lose himself in his discovery, in spite of everything.
I can see the relay up close. Looks broken. This is starting to look like a deliberate diversion to me.
You may be right. The question is, who's behind all these disruptive activities?
That I don't know, sir. Oh, I've already been there. There are more traces, this time handprints, and a drop detector.
What? Did I hear you right?
Yes, sir, you heard correctly. I'm afraid we must be ready for any eventuality.
Well, that doesn't mean we should assume the worst. I still believe you'll find him, Doctor.
No one of sound mind would decide to go down this way. And yet Gorski... I found something. Again.
I'm listening.
I suspect Gorski might have damaged his suit.
If the tear doesn't exceed 20 millimeters, the reactive polymer layers will self-seal.
That's true. Nevertheless, it looks worse and worse. I found more of his gear.
Back in the camp, you reported Marit's abandoned things.
A backpack and a journal, yes. This scene looks disturbingly similar. Ouch!
Jasna, what is it?
I took a shortcut.
On purpose?
Not really. Time seems to be slipping through my fingers like sand. So much sand.
You sound tired, Jasna.
Because I am tired, Astrogator. Finally! I have his position.
A visual?
Not yet. Gorski, are you here? It's me, Jasna.
Still nothing.
Yeah. I found his backpack. You know what that means, sir?
Yes, he's without oxygen. We must hurry.
Almost there. Oh, there he is. Got him. He's not moving. Gorski! Gorski! Look at me! His eyes are closed.
Is he breathing?
He's alive, but barely.
Did he react in any way?
No reaction. He seems unconscious. Gorski! Come on!
Calm down, Doctor. Get him out of there. The probe's already looking for a landing.
Okay, let me just... I'm pulling him out. Done. He's out. I activated his SOS. You should pick up a transmission with his parameters, sir. Well?
No, nothing. The transmitter in the suit must be too weak.
Should I retrieve his booster from the backpack?
No point. Better to set up a relay. We have to do it anyway so that Hopper can land in this maze. Have a preliminary scan of your surroundings. There's an open area nearby. You have to move Gorski there. The probe will guide you.
But he's not stable. I must share my oxygen with him, Astrogator.
You'd need a spare for that. The protocol doesn't provide for connecting two suits at the same time.
In that case, I'll give him my tank.
Negative. I won't allow it, Jasna. If you faint, the doctor won't carry you.
The membrane looks intact.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
In the lander, my friend. I'll hook you up in the lander.
I still can't hear you, Doctor.
It's nothing, Astrogator. Only static.
Are you out in the open already?
Sort of. Yes.
Once you've set up the transmitter, I should start receiving Gorski's signal. it is. Pulse, heart rate, saturation, almost within the range. Now, mark the place for the lander. And we're home, Doctor. What was that?
I don't know. Everything is shaking.
Doctor?
No! No!
Please hold on. I'll take off the